Hello, everyone. So my name's Claire Horden, and I'm the Interlibrary Loan Team Leader at Manchester University. So thanks to Amin there. Today, I'm just going to do an update about the impact of RapidILL and how we've been using it throughout the COVID scheme and from September, really. So if there's any questions, you can just drop them in the chat. If I run out of time, I'll try and answer you afterwards. I have been speaking to several institutions regarding Rapid, as there's such a lot of interest in the platform. So hopefully I can put some minds at rest about the way we set it up at Manchester. So we use Alma, and so our workflows pre-pandemic consisted of our requests being populated into Alma, and then ILL staff would check and request using a variety of methods. So post-pandemic or during or now, our workflows were completely turned around. So we implemented the COVID trial from April. Now this enabled us to push requests into Rapid, but it wasn't fully automated. So we use these new libraries, as it were, to fulfill our requests. And there was a lot of requests coming in at the start of March. I think we didn't know whether we'd be really busy. Well, that was a strange notion, because we've been so busy. So Rapid was like, it was a godsend really that we could use this this new platform and get the requests to our readers really quickly. As of September, we began with a full subscription, which meant for us that now Rapid was our first port of call. So we set up a rota so everything would go straight through into Rapid without us having to check any locations like we were doing previously with Copac or with Wilshire. We did struggle to get it automated at first, I'll admit. So we were still having to push the request into Rapid for a time. But thankfully now we're all up and running. So everything can be, so our request goes straight in from Alma, straight to Rapid, and also we've set it up so that the supplied requests go straight to our readers as well. So we don't have to, so there's no intervention basically. Sorry, I lost you for a minute. You've come back, right? Yeah, so we've cut out the multi-step tasks. So there's no need for the staff intervention. We've still got the all our avenues open, so we haven't lost anything, but our readers have just gained. They've not really noticed any difference, but they're just getting things quicker and in a more cohesive manner. So there's no need for passwords or to log in or to register when they get a request. It just goes into their email. They have I think they can open it 3 times. They've got to open it, and then it stays on their screen on their system for like 28 days. And we've not had anyone saying that they've had problems accessing it as yet, touch wood. So with the success rate with Rapid, it's a 94% success rate, and the turnaround time is around 14 hours. To stress that the way we've got Rapid set up, this works for us, but you don't have to do it in that way. If you want to send your request to British Library First, you can do, and have Rapid as a secondary rota. Or if you've got regional rotas that you use, you can stick with those and then use Rapid after those. That's what the beauty of Rapid is, that you can set it up to, you can tailor it to your needs. The lending side, with all resource sharing and lending, it's all a bit more complicated. But we began lending from our holdings in October. I know there's a general caution with the 24-hour turnaround times, and there's a general worry that you'll be inundated with requests to fulfill articles. We found it wasn't the case. My colleague Shirley, she does a lion's share of the supplying, and it's really simple process. You can supply or fail as necessary. So that 24 hours, it's more of an instant telling another library that you can't supply it, or it takes about 4 or 5 minutes to supply a request. It is that simple. We do have items that fail, obviously, but usually they are because we're being asked for multiple requests, and chapters from like the whole ebook. Someone wants us to all the chapters from the ebook, which obviously we can't supply. One of the benefits of us going with Rapid was that it would be conversant with Alma, so we could do everything within one interface rather than switching between the two. Again, it has taken some time to get this automated, but it is now working well. And this really was the missing piece of the jigsaw, because Rapid is supposed to be automated. You're not supposed to push the requests in. So once we've got this set up, we can really see the benefits of having that whole automated system from the borrowing side, at least. It's really helped with systematic reviews, because we do a lot of systematic reviews. So in the past we would get like 100 like drop in, you've got to check them all one by one. Like, you know, I mean, sometimes it can take, though, things like that can take days. Now we've just got them all set up, so it can go straight to Rapid, and we don't have to worry about it unless it fails, and then we do. So yeah, it's kind of flipped it on its head, that we don't check at the start, but if something does fail, we sort of check it now at the end. So it's like a whole different way of working. Another thing I'd say about using Rapid is that you could use it for a certain set of requests, like we do it with systematic reviews. I used it for the Ref 2021, the submissions that have just gone through. I found it really useful for that. Like I say, I've been answering quite a lot of questions about Rapid from other institutions. So my advice would be, don't be put off by the 24-hour supply. You can just, as long as you respond within that time, it should be okay. Everything's, you know, nothing really to worry about. The load leveling, which is the borrowing and supplying, how it balances out. This is really done behind the scenes. So I've not heard of anyone saying that they can't borrow from another library because they've not supplied enough. Again, with the lending side, don't think you'll be inundated with requests. They filter through slowly and it gradually builds up, so it's a manageable amount. So we get roughly between 15 and 20 requests. Don't forget, we've also got a lot of requests that are coming in through email, so it isn't, and we've got Worldshare as well. So it isn't just that's not just the one place where we will get requests. Statistics are really good in Rapid, really easy to obtain and get reports on, really straightforward. I hate looking for stats and going through numbers, it drives me mad. So the fact that they're just there, you've got a fiscal year, a calendar year, and it's really easy to export into a PDF or a spreadsheet. So when your manager asks what percentage have you supplied, you can just send it across really simply. Another good function is the lending off times. So if you're going to be short staffed, or you've got some training coming up, or the library closures, like Monday we had a bank holiday, even though it rained all day. Well, it did in Manchester. So you can set it so no request will come through, so that when you open again, you've not got a lot of requests waiting, and also they've not gone beyond that allotted 24-hour time frame. There's a search function as well, which is in the actual Rapid interface, which I find useful. It's a bit like Suncat, which I miss terribly. So you can see who's holding what, and it's really easy to see the ISSN as well. So there may be occasion where that is useful. I found that useful before we were automated, really, but it's if you're starting out with it, it's just it's another tool that is that you can use. Looking at the future, as more libraries join Rapid, then the wealth of holdings will be greater, and in turn we can get things a lot faster to our readers. There is UK pods. Now the UK pods are really, it's a sort of behind the scenes that Rapid sort out. But my thinking is that the more UK libraries use Rapid, then we can set up more like regional pods maybe. And so the supply times would be quicker than the 24 hours. So maybe thinking maybe along the lines of 4-hour supply time. So say in Manchester, we could have Manchester, MMU, Salford, and maybe Bolton. We could have organise to supply between each other in a certain amount of time. There's a lot of you know, we'd have to see how feasible it would be and what resources you'd need. But I think that is the work. To me, that's the way it seems to be going in the next logical step. So yeah, just don't be scared of Rapid, basically. It's really good, and there's really good support as well. So any problems that we've had, I just got in touch with Rapid straight away, and they've got back to me, you know, within sometimes within a matter of minutes, which is you know, yeah, it's really good support.
So Claire, sorry,
yeah.
You've got quite a lot of questions coming in.
I can't actually see them, so I said I'd answer them, and I can't actually see them.
No, I know, we realised that. So it's Ramin and Ellen as well. So perhaps we should, if you're happy, move.
Yeah.
We've got 9. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to be rude, but they look
no,
really.
I punted my end of my spiel, so it's fine.
So question 1, did you modify the cover sheets from Rapid in any particular way, text-wise?
We did, didn't we? I mean, I didn't actually do that. My colleague Amanda did. So just trying to, because I'm just trying to remember what it actually says. I tell you what, the best thing to do, I probably could. Is the cover sheet in the next in your slides? I mean,
I think there's an example on screen now. Yeah.
So I was going to say we can just send that to whoever's asked, but we will be touching on it in the next lot of slides.
Okay. Sorry,
no. Okay.
I was just going to say that yeah, the only thing you can amend on here is well, you can amend the content and the wording, but the URL to actually access the resource, you might need to get your IT department to kind of configure that so it's got the correct level of authentication on it, where it says click here. Yeah.
So we're just having a discussion in chat because I think we have you down for finishing at 2:05, which is clearly not the case because Amin's got some slides to go through. So shall we save the questions and go through the slides quickly? Sorry about this.
There's just very quick slides on the configuration, but so it's just kind of showing that, yeah, firstly, to kind of, you need to publish your holdings to RapidILL. So you create an OAI integration profile, create sets of your lendable and non-lendable material, and you have separate sets for material type and format. And then once they're created, you create a publishing profile, assign your sets to that profile, and then set schedule and there are template publishing profiles available in Alma to adapt, or there's guidance on the Knowledge Centre on creating your own sets from scratch as well. Yeah, Claire touched on this earlier, so now that we've automated the borrowing side, Claire and Amanda are working on the lending side and trying to automate that now. So this is just kind of an overview of the workflow. So we start off with the order an article form on our website, where users can request an article via API that creates the borrowing request and assigns it to the Rapid partner through the assignment rules. That's then sent to Rapid through the borrowing request rules. We keep setting to keep rejected requests open, so it just gets sent to another partner. And then that's once that's been supplied, it's sent to the user automatically through Alma. So here's just some settings on setting up your resource sharing partner. So you do need a Rapid username and password, which I think can be requested through a Salesforce case. You also do need to enable the RapidILL integration and the fulfillment side. You need separate settings for the borrowing and the lending side. And again, you do need to raise a ticket to enable the Rapid activation integration as well. Yes, so we've got it set at Manchester to kind of send all digital resources automatically. The auto assignment rule, so they're automatically sent to Rapid, and Rapid is chosen as the first institution for it to be sent to. And then in the resource sharing partner, you do need to kind of activate that little tick box there. So you activate the locate profile as well for that resource sharing library. So this is what Claire touched on earlier. So I think we have, there are some additional settings to set for the material that's sent to the requester. So yeah, I think it's maximum 3 views and it's available for 30 days or 28 days. Here's an example of that letter we showed earlier. And this is just a screenshot of how the request appears in your task list. So you can see the details of the lending library here. And also once it's closed, it just changes, the request status changes automatically to request completed. And that is the end of that slides. Thank you.
Fab, thank you, Amin. I think if people don't mind, the questions look really, really important to people. So if we could maybe bump the next session a wee bit, we should see if we can run through them quickly, if that's okay. First one, did the setup of RapidILL require help from your IT department, or is it all done in Alma configuration?
Most of it was done in Alma configuration. Yeah, the only thing we had to get IT to authorize was the URL to access the resource.
Okay. Have you done, this is an interesting one, a cost benefit analysis, e.g. subscription cost versus savings through bypassing BL or other non-Rapid sources?
We have sort of, but I don't have any of the data or information because my manager, that's something that my manager has been looking at. But if you pass me the details of who asked for that, I can get back to them. Is that okay?
So next question, where do you house your requests form? Is it on Primo Library Catalogue, website, or both?
It's on the website, isn't it, Claire? It's on, the order and article form. It's on the website. We are actually looking at the moment at the out-the-box Primo form. We're just doing a review because we don't use that at the moment. We just use our own customized form. But we're doing a review now of whether to kind of switch back to the out-the-box form.
What happens with 24-hour turnaround at weekends?
From our point of view, what it does, it goes on who's open. So if we send a request on Friday just before 4 o'clock, it wouldn't go to a UK library. It would go to the next open so somewhere in America, say, where it was not Saturday morning, it tends to just bypass the weekend, and they'll be there waiting for you on a Monday.
Okay.
That's from what I find anyway.
We are a global workspace, aren't we? Are you using ALMA analytics or internal RapidILL stats? Do they RapidILL appear in the ALMA, the usual interfaces people would know for analytics?
I haven't found that they do as yet, actually, but that's something that we are going to be looking at. So when I spoke about analytics, it was the rapid interface analytics.
3 more questions. I told you were popular. Are you also scanning items physical, or do you only offer items you have as a digital item? Also, are you using ALMA to deliver the items?
Right. First one, we just it's just digital holdings. So because we set this up in lockdown, and we are still all working from home. So there's no scan from print at the moment. Sorry, what was the second one?
Do you offer items you have as digital items? Only offer items as digital items that you've already got? Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you using ALMA to deliver those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to think now.
You're nearly there. So how do you find the article book chapters balance of requests?
It's weird because sometimes it can be just all book chapters, because we've got a huge amount of ebooks. So there are times when it is just supplying from ebooks. I actually prefer supplying from ebooks because it's quicker than supplying from journals. It's just bit easier to find. But then again, it can be about, some days it can be 50-50 and then it's 60-40. So it just depends on the day, really. You can never tell.
Last question. We just started to look into RapidILL at Newcastle. So it's Scott Bradley at Newcastle, not Stephen, who's here. We wondered about how digital rights management was handled. How do users receive the PDF? Could they, in theory, forward it on to their classmates?
Leave that one to Amin. Can you answer that?
I can't actually. Amanda would know about that, but I don't think they can forward it on because it's protected by that authentication layer, and they can only click it 3 times before it will expire as well.
Brilliant. Right. No more questions.
Follow up to the cost benefit one. So Kevin at LSE has said we've did a cost saving analysis. Rapid paid for itself within 4 months compared to the standard BL charges.
Wow.